In 1763, the British Empire stood at the height of its power. After winning the 7 Years' War, Britain gained control of vast lands in North America territories once claimed by France. But victory brought new challenges. How would Britain control this enormous land, and who truly owned it? The answer came in the form of a single document, the Royal Proclamation of 1763. Issued by King George III on October 7, 1763, the proclamation was meant to bring order to Britain's new empire. It drew an invisible boundary along the Appalachian Mountains, declaring that land west of this line was reserved for indigenous peoples. British settlers were forbidden from moving west without official permission. Only the Crown could negotiate land treaties with indigenous nations. On paper, this was a groundbreaking moment. It recognized that indigenous peoples had rights to their lands. The proclamation was designed to reduce violent conflict, especially after Pontiac's rebellion, when indigenous nations resisted British expansion. Britain hoped the proclamation would create peace, stabilize trade, and prevent costly wars. But the reaction was far from peaceful. Colonists were furious. Many had fought in the war expecting access to Western lands. To them, the proclamation felt like a betrayal, proof that Britain was putting imperial control ahead of colonial freedom. Although the proclamation remained law, it was frequently ignored. Settlers crossed the boundary anyway, and British officials often failed to enforce it. Tensions grew not just between settlers and indigenous peoples, but between the colonies and the British government itself. These frustrations became part of a growing list of grievances that would eventually spark the American Revolution. Yet the story does not end there. In Canada, the Royal Proclamation of 1763 still matters today. It is recognized as a foundational document affirming indigenous land rights and the need for treaties principles that continue to shape legal decisions and reconciliation efforts. The Royal Proclamation of 1763 drew a line across a continent, but its true impact went far beyond geography. It reshaped relationships between empires, settlers, and indigenous nations, leaving a legacy that still echoes through history.